Del cine fantástico de terror. Our film is a myth in Sitges. It's a reanimator, Stuart Gordon, a film directed by Stuart Gordon, produced by Charles Brian Jr., and was an incredible hit in Sitges. Was the winner of the festival in 1985. And Barbara is the great actress of the film and another more films in the genre. Thank you and congratulations for your career.
Thank you so much.
Because from beyond, I love this film also. The Time Machine Award for Barbara, or Time Machine Award, that is a bright award for all a career inside the genre. Okay, I'm talking about the film Beyond the Gates. We have the director, we have the actress, and talk about cinema, fantastic cinema, horror cinema is the best thing in the world. Welcome to Sitges, and
Thank you.
Gracias a vosotros por esta mañana tan de domingo, pero merece la pena. Un fuerte aplauso para ellos también. Okay. ¿Empiezan ellos o empezáis vosotros?
Hola, soc Tom aquí de la cadena SER. M'agradaria saber, preguntar-li a Jackson Stewart per què va triar a la Barbara Crampton i a la Barbara Crampton que expliqui per què va dir que sí i una mica que ens expliqui també els seus records al llarg de grans títols com per exemple Reanimator.
Good morning. I'm a journalist from Cadena SER. It's a radio station. First, I would like to ask
Barbara, because she was the perfect connection between the sort of like more modern, independent cinema in the 80s, supernatural world that I'd grown up watching on VHS. And, you know, I couldn't think of a better fit for, you know, a connection between the two, so that's why she got it. And also she was a producer on it, so that had something to do with it.
Hi. Well, I've known Jackson Stewart for a number of years. He was actually an intern for Stuart Gordon, and I met him at a showing of the Reanimator musical, which was produced in Los Angeles. It's a stage play, very funny, and with the same exact story as the original movie. And Jackson had been working on a TV show called Supernatural, and he had been doing some short films, and I saw some of them and I thought they were wonderful, and he asked me to be in one, and I thought he just did a great job, and we became friends. And as it seems it seems like a big world, but it's really a small world, genre cinema. A lot of people know one another, and because he was my friend, I wanted to help him, and he gave me the script for Beyond the Gates, and I read it, and I thought it was just terrific. Mostly because in genre cinema we have a lot of screams and blood and fantastic things happening. Am I talking too fast? It's okay. But what's really, for me, the most important thing about any movie, any story, whether it be genre or anything else, is that at its core it has to have a foundation in good characters and the character's journey and what the people, you know, want out of their journey in the movie. And the story of our three heroes, Graham Skipper and Brea Grant, who's here, and Chase Williamson, was just an extraordinary story. And that, for me, made me want to be a part of the movie. I thought it was a terrific script, and Jackson gathered a lot of people behind and in front of the camera that I thought were extraordinary, so I accepted and said, I want to help you. And also, you know, he grew up under the tutelage of Stuart Gordon. So, I mean, I know he's going to be very successful, and I'm very proud and happy to have worked on his first feature.
Del cinema, quin és una mica el truc per cridar, i també tornant a això, en aquell moment daurat també de Reanimator, com ha canviat també el cinema de gènere des de Reanimator, de quan es feia fins a l'actualitat?
Question for Barbara. I think you are the best, the actress who has shouted the best. The best way.
We might need all day to discuss that. But I'd say in short that thank you for saying that I'm a good shouter. I appreciate that. And I think lately we've seen more women have more powerful roles in cinema, in genre cinema in particular, so that not every woman has been running and screaming for her life, but she's also the one that says, come with me if you want to live. So I do appreciate that advance. And I think it's, in one sense, it's very easy to make a movie these days. It doesn't seem as fantastical as it used to be many years ago. So many people are able to actually make movies and tell stories today with digital and just the advance of so many technical aspects of filmmaking. So that's wonderful. And there's many more film festivals available for people to show their work. Sitges in particular has really paved the way for a lot of other film festivals. 50 years ago there weren't that many. And today we have probably a film festival every week somewhere in the world. So I appreciate that the attention that you here give to genre cinema and to all the other film festivals that are in the world today.
Me divertí mucho y la verdad es que me pareció muy ochentera. Yo no sé si es que yo todo lo que veo ya me parece ochentero o si era esa su intención. Y para ilustrar un poco, ¿a qué creen que es debido que hoy día haya todo ese revival de los 80 y que cada vez se hagan más películas como las de hace unas cuantas décadas?
First of all, I have to say that I saw the film yesterday. I enjoyed
A lot of it has to do with maybe some of the negative reaction to found footage and some of the lower budget stuff of recent years, and I think there's a lot of we all have like a special place in our heart for these movies we grew up watching that were on VHS and DVD and what have you, and I think we kind of keep going back to that period to try to recapture something that's not as present in big studio movies these days. And there's something very special about that period because they were still doing everything practically on an effects level, and they were really able to go into some wild places that I think it's just not as prevalent these days. Kind of like Barbara was saying, there's a lot less kind of fantastical stuff that's out there now. So that's my answer.
And the filmmakers right now are all people who were coming up, they're kids in the 80s. So I think there's just a certain amount of nostalgia for it. You see, I was out and looking at one of the booths out there, and they're selling like Gremlins things and things that I remember from my childhood, and I want them all because it reminds me of when I was a kid and things are happy and everything seems so, maybe there were Gremlins out there, I don't know. So I think that we kind of all sort of harken back to this time where we were kids and everything was awesome.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I think it's generational, and like Jackson was telling me in the elevator that he saw Reanimator when he was 14 years old. And so now he's 30-something, and he is at an age where now he's making movies. So Woody Allen in Midnight in Paris said the golden age is now, right? But for a lot of these filmmakers who are now at an age when they're making movies, they do hark back, as Brea was saying, to the films that inspired them when they were growing up. So I feel like that's where we are now in genre cinema. A lot of these younger filmmakers who are making movies are just, you know, they just felt that these films are so beloved to them from the 80s. And also in the 80s, mostly we had practical effects, and we veered away from that for a decade or so, and now it seems like people are embracing that a little bit more, and kind of going back to a time when we had real creatures and real monsters, and they were in the room with us.
Bárbara, también si nos puede comentar un poco de tots els papers de la seva carrera, no sé si hi hauria algun amb quin es quedaria, i també l'ambient dels rodatges que es viuen, com són aquests rodatges, si realment això, en quin s'ho ha passat millor i en quin ha passat més por, ha passat mai por en algun rodatge, realment no?
You're doing a movie, I think you fall in love with every character, so it's hard for me to say, oh, I prefer this character over another one. I will say that in From Beyond, I was able to go through so many different emotions in the span of one film. So for me, that was really exciting. So perhaps I would say that that was the most full role that I think I've had in a movie. But I love all the characters that I've had the privilege and opportunity to play. And as far as when you are acting in a movie and going through the emotions, your body doesn't really know that you're pretending. So if you can put yourself in the situation that your character is in deeply enough, I've definitely been very shaken up in a lot of the movies that I've worked on, and you definitely feel the effects of that in your body. So yeah, I've been very afraid.
How about that?